Get those Cybermen out.
G'day guys, Sam from the Cybermen here. Today we have a online webcam video from the recent TAK Games online tournament with Stu Holland playing Shenron. He's one of the Cybermen team members. He ended up coming sixth, losing only one game and drawing one game. This is him playing against Agents of Destruction Bibbidi. So it's interesting to see the way a Shenron player manages a hyper aggro deck. So I hope you enjoy that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the deck profile in the link in the description. Cheers.
Well, his turn one charge kind of answered that, so it looks like we are the blue-based build with the Janemba Unisons. So it's kind of interesting that that he's opting for the blue unison package in a format where so many things have deflect.
Yeah, I think the blue package is a bit better because the unison comes out on 2. That's a big difference. And he's a crit pressure, which is more attacks and stuff, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, usually you don't want to tap out turn 2, because that's kind of when you start building your board up through Garlic Jr. negates. But I do kind of like it for the fact that it is another form of card draw, which the deck does not have raw card draw. All you can do is just search for things with agent in the name. So I could see that as being one of the reasons why. I could see, maybe like a 3-3 split on the Janemba Unison and the Majin Vegeta, just because you can play it off of your leader, and then just opting for the God Sealing as your counterplay.
Yeah, and I played that Janemba in I don't even remember what deck it was, but I played it in another deck, not AOD, and it felt really nice just getting that constant crit pressure.
Yeah, it's definitely an added bonus. I mean, typically with AOD, you don't really seem to care whether your attack is crit or not, just because you're going to have so many coming in. And also, you have so many options as far as interaction goes. But I mean, who would ever turn down the ability to attack with crit, right?
Right.
Looks like we are seeing both unisons. He just hit the Majin Vegeta off of his second Agent Strike back, which you're able to play for free because of the 1-drop Bobbity on board. And we do see the turn 2 Awaken, which is really where you want to be, especially since you have a Turles in play. So I think here, if he can chain together like a combination of Garlic Juniors and Sensu Beans to put on enough pressure, we might be able to see a kill turn here. If not, he'll definitely be able to kind of whittle that hand down.
Yeah, AOD. I don't know. I think Bandai did that archetype pretty well. What do you think, Tim? I mean, you enjoy playing it quite a lot, so that's a thing.
I definitely have enjoyed the kind of freshness to the new AOD line that they did. It's kind of interesting that both the Turles and the super combo have unique but nothing else. Also, the counterplay being locked into the anniversary box leader. It makes you kind of think about how you construct the deck, starting with the leader itself all the way down to your actual ratios and everything that you do. It looks like we see Hardcast Super Combo, which I don't know if that really does much in this matchup. I know it has that added effect that never ever is relevant, but I don't think I've ever seen the AOD versus Sin matchup, so it might be relevant this game.
Yeah, we'll see if they Sin gets a turn 2 9-drop out, because he does. I mean, he has the 1-drop.
Yeah, and he is at 5 life, so AOD did give him, a few extra cards that turn to work with.
Right. I feel like if you tap out for the 9-drop and you just get max powered,
it feels pretty bad.
Yeah, like that turn is just ugh.
What he could be doing, I wonder if we're gonna see an Android 13. I don't remember if that hits 4 or less, or if it's 3 or less. But if it's 4 or less, we could see an Android 13 come down as a counterplay to that. But I haven't touched AOD in a little while, so I actually think it might be 3 or less.
How dare you? That's like your favorite deck.
It is. I miss original AOD so much, though. It looks like chat is saying it's 3 or less. Okay, so it's good, but it's not like broken good. We do see quite a decent hand size from Sin Shenron, and the 9-drop as well.
9-drop turn 2 every game seems pretty good.
Yep, that is definitely, I feel like, what you want to see turn 2 every game.
Like, just statistically speaking, I feel like it's almost not impossible. I don't want to say that, but like just improbable that you don't see it, because Ice can get it.
Yeah, it does have added consistency now because of Ice. What is interesting, though, is once we go back to AOD, if he has another Hatchiyak in hand, he can just warp the 9-drop.
Yes, that would be good. I think keeping the 9 off of play is one of the it's the misconceived necessary evil against Sin is don't kill the 9 because they're just going to draw 2 and get another one. But honestly, one time I was playing against Red and they kept killing my 9, and I almost decked out. So
yeah, so I think AOD might have had a slight misplay last turn by playing the Hatchiyak, whereas he could have saved it for his next turn. So we do see a Garlic Negate on the 9-drop. So looks like we're gonna probably, our only target now is an Android 13 because both of the other 2 drops are in play. So we are slowly working our way up towards Celzino, because this puts him halfway there with 6 cost worth of green and yellow. So yeah, I think if we see like a free Hatchiyak to warp the 9-drop, and then another Garlic Jr. into Android 13, and then some other 2-cost, green or yellow, we could see the Selzino here. But I know it's a lot harder to do with the Bobbity leader because you don't have so much raw card draw. I do think the ideal play here, though, is a Hatchiyak. I think that's what he needs to look for here.
Yeah, the one of the things I've noticed with playing as Sin and against Sin is they are they're not the aggressor deck. They're kind of the present the problem you figure it out deck. So they present their 9-drop and they tell you figure it out or I'm gonna win. And so I think if you play the matchup that way, where you have an answer for it, then you can do a lot better. But if you're just like, oh, they got their 9-drop, that stinks, then it's gonna be really difficult to win.
Yeah, so it looks like the Turles was block. Not surprised because that's your source of card advantage once you're awakened. And that hit the old Android 13. Unfortunately, though, its skills are negated, so it cannot deal with the 9-drop this turn.
Yeah.
So it is, however, still a 20k body. It does lose its crit also.
Yeah, chat's saying that what if AOD played their Unison right now, their green Unison, to wipe the board?
I don't know if I like that here since it's only one thing in play. I think I might wait until Sin tries to go into a second 9-drop and then do it.
Uh-huh.
Because I think this turn, your priority, like he's doing, is just whittling down his opponent's hand. So he went from like somewhere between 8 and 10 cards, it looked like, down to, was that 6? Now that he took that life?
6, yeah, he's going to go back up.
Yeah, and we've still got a few more attacks here as well. I wonder, I think next we go in with probably the Hatchiyak. Yep, looks like that's what he's doing. That one's also a base 20k, so we'll see if that one connects. I know you see this is something I do a lot with this style of deck. I will not combo on my attacks.
Yeah, for the most part, unless they're bean or something that slows down your attacks, you probably shouldn't combo. It's one of the things that a really good player that doesn't play anymore told me, Chris Welch. We were playing Storm format. We were talking about what Bean, Senzu Bean, and Flying Nimbus do to Storm, and all it really does is condense your attacks into smaller, larger attacks, or sorry, less quantity but larger power.
Yeah.
Obviously not if they're like 8 life, that's a little different, but if they're, lower life, it just condenses and makes you combo.
Yeah, so we did see another Hatchiyak hit play. I'm not sure why the 9-drop stuck around though. Because does the 9-drop stop on play autos?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so I feel like that should have warped the 9-drop, unless I missed something.
It only does a 4 or less battle card to the warp, the Hatchiyak.
Oh, see there I am again, just making more AOD mistakes. Guess I just need to pick the deck back up.
Nope. It won't accept you. The deck's moved on.
It'll never move on as long as you're playing with the Agent of Destruction sleeves. All right, so turn 3, we're starting off with a ball. I think if he goes into a second 9-drop, AOD should 100% play the Vegeta Unison on their turn.
Yes, I agree with that. I think basically if he plays more than, if it's 9-drop or 2 or more things.
Yeah, I feel like Sin Shenron is trying to go into the 9-drop this turn, since they started with the Sin Shenron ball as opposed to one of the other balls. So I feel like that's his intention this turn, and I know we saw AOD pick up a Unison earlier. I don't know if that's what he charged or not, because I do see one in his energy. Hopefully he realized that is his out to the Sin Shenron 9-drops.
Yeah.
The Flash is over in chat pleading his case for me to not play Reboot Gohan AOD. Maybe I'll play the AOD leader. We'll see. We'll see how I feel that day.
Oh, man.
There's nothing quite like Cell Xenoing someone on turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just feel bad for not getting max value out of it.
No, dude, Cell Xeno on turn 2 is the definition of max value. All right, looks like in chat we have our top 8 leader breakdown. As of round 3, we've got 2 Sin Shenrons, 1 SS3 reboot, 1 Gohan reboot, 1 AOD that we're seeing right now, 1 Dark Broly, 1 Gotenks, and 1 Vegex. Kind of interesting that only 1 Dark Broly has made it.
It is. It might just be because of representation. We saw a lot of Dark Broly in the early stages, but I'm assuming not all of them won, and so.
Yeah, what's interesting is only 1 deck has more than 1 copy, and that is Sin Shenron. There's 2, but every other leader is just a single copy. So we've got a very healthy and diverse top 8 here. And that hand size for Sin Shenron is massive right now.
He is at 2 life, though. Pretty detrimental.
Yeah, 2 life. He does have 1 blocker out, though. Oh, I guess it's still his turn, so he's attacking. I wonder what he locks down here. There's not really any great option. I mean, I guess I'd lock down the super combo. Does the 4-drop put something in rest mode or just prevent it from attacking?
It prevents it from attacking, and it has to be in rest mode already.
Okay, so it looks like
leader or one of the 2 guys.
Leader or I'd probably choose the Hachiak since it's the highest power of the 3 things available. Since your leader doesn't draw or anything like that, there's no real reason to choose it.
Right.
Looks like we did see a Garlic negate into a Turles, so he's going to get that card advantage back next turn. Also to note, that is... I think we're back at 6 for successor. So we lost 1 piece before. So we're back at 6. We're halfway there again. Yeah, no 9 drop. I do think this is where I would commit that unison, especially since he did not go into a 9 drop on the second one. You're just going to break that chain for the future.
Yeah, he will draw 2 cards though, so his hand is going to be ginormous. But killing it might be better off. That way, your whole turn is just, to the face. Yeah, actually, I think if he
looks like that's immediately what we see is the unison. So
yeah.
Majin Vegeta unison comes down,
and then
it's going to blow up the board.
He's got to have a Nimbus. If he doesn't have a Nimbus, then I think this game.
Yeah, I mean, even if he does have a Nimbus, he just lost 2 of his Sin Shenron chains. And I feel like losing 2 of them is kind of hard to come back from.
True.
We'll see if the Sin Shenron player remembers.
Yeah, it's whoa. Okay, yeah, because he gets a proc from each one.
So the 4-drop also gets the ball back.
The 4-drop gets the ball and draws 1, I believe, and the 9-drop draws 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flash, yeah, that's definitely a windmill slam moment.
Flying Nimbus. But he swung with Unison, so there's still 2 more swings. But only 2 cards in hand with AOD.
I think I probably would have swung with a battle card here before the Unison, just to get maximum attacks out.
True. He was going for double with the Unison though. But yeah, he should have probably swung battle card, bait the Nimbus, swing Unison, combo all in for double, or continue to swing with other things.
Yeah, so I think what I would have done was swing with the Turles first to see if you hit like a old Android 13 with crit. And if you get Nimbus, then at least your battle card attack is going to be a 20k crit instead of just a regular 20k. And then you still have your Unison and your leader after that. All right, so Turles we're getting super comboed onto. Looks like he's stopping at 25. Yep. So now we've got defense.
Oh, that's a big swing. Tap the leader.
Oh, yep. That's brutal here. So
yeah, no more
attacks this turn.
That's rough.
A good rebuttal from Sin Shenron here.
Yeah.
After the board wipe.
Sin's only going to 4 energy though, which is not a very power play turn.
Yeah, especially like he's lost 2 4-drops in Shenron's. Does the ball grab from drop or just deck or hand?
Deck or hand.
Okay, yeah. So he's only got 2 available. So we could see him go into 1 9-drop, I believe. Or no, he could do both, right? With 4 energy, but he'd be tapped out.
Yeah, he could. Well, he could. I don't think that's the best play because what if the AOD has another Unison in hand?
Yeah, I think you leave yourself with 1 or 2 energy and a Nimbus if he has in hand.
One play I'm looking at is because there's only 2 or 3 cards in AOD's hand. I don't know if he has any energy untapped. And
he has 1.
Yeah, none of those guys are blockers, right?
No, AOD does not play defense outside of Garlic Jr.
Okay, so if Sin can put together a cell That's pretty good.
Yeah, that would be very good.
'Cause
I
he
don't
has-
know how he would get there though.
He could. Let's see.
I guess he could use 2 energy to go into a 9 drop, and then 1 energy for a haze ball, and then 1 to go into the haze 3. Right?
He could, yes.
Yeah, so that I feel like that's the only way he could get there. And that would probably secure the game, unless AOD is just sitting on a garlic, which I'm pretty confident he is. All right, so we
Okay.
see
Ball.
go into a 4 drop.
I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but I'm curious as to why no Mechi in that turn. It wouldn't have won him much, like if he just paid 4 for a Mechi. But
I think he
it's not a
probably
bad
would have
play.
just died. That only will stop 2 attacks.
3, because he'll keep the Turles tapped. His
Okay,
plus
so it stops 3, but then there's still on board
like
1, 2,
5
3,
more.
4, 5, and then you could even go in with the Bobbity, so 6 other attacks.
Yeah. If he had Awaken still, I would say it's the play, but he doesn't have Awaken.
Yeah, definitely. I would not tap out for a Mechikabura here.
Oh, okay. So he's playing the secret, the 7 drop secret.
So that one, it's a blocker and just keeps restanding and losing 5k, right?
Yeah, every time it blocks, it restands and loses 5. But if he plays a 1 drop here, that's 12. Because he has 4, 7, 1.
Yep.
I don't know what if he has Cell or not, or no, he can't play Cell because he has the Sin ultimate.
Oh,
I
yep,
keep forgetting that that's the
makes sense.
ultimate.
That takes care of that.
Yep. Well, it's not looking good.
I feel like if you're facing down Sin Shenron and you see that come down, it's like a huge relief that you don't have to worry about just getting Cell Xeno'd.
Yeah. Because Cell Xeno is very good.
I mean, dealing with one thing that's going to block like 8 attacks is really annoying, but it's not going to just kill you. So we're seeing the 4 drop come in here. I feel like I might just take it because I know I'm not going to die this turn as AOD. I mean, he combos out, which I don't think I would have done here, just because you want to keep as many cards in hand as possible.
Right.
We see a Whisk Coercion. Last card in hand. But I think we're just going to pass the turn here. Yep. Yeah, I probably would have kept both of those cards in hand and just gone to 2. It's pretty safe. You lose out on an attack by comboing away the Android 13. And he could have just charged the God Sealing or the Whisko. So I'm interested to see if we just snap off like 2 activations on Android 13 here.
That would be pretty good. Card's pretty bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, Sin has a pretty big hand still. But I mean, maybe we attack first. I still think you start with attacking with Turles. I think that's where you want to start your turn, no matter what. But it looks like he's going to use Android 13 here. It looks like Sin had about 9 or 10 cards in hand there, so I think it was 10, so they're down to 9.
The
But then
the difference in
I
hand
think
is a big deal.
he made the mistake of killing the 4-drop, which just made Sin Shenron's hand bigger. I think I would have KO'd the blocker.
They are both blockers.
The 4-drop?
Yeah, he's a blocker still.
Oh.
He's just a smaller one.
Yeah, and it also doesn't restand.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. Just one sec.
All right, so do go in with the Turles. Getting a shuffle. We didn't get to see what he grabbed off it. He put it just outside of camera's view, it looks like. But Sin Shenron still has a massive hand, so I don't know if we're killing here. "13 does not choose what to KO. I could have sworn it did, but maybe I'm wrong. I have not played that card in a very long time. So then I think yeah, soul shots, I'm pretty sure you get to choose what to KO, but your opponent chooses what they discard. Yeah, so it's activate main for 2, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, then your opponent chooses one card from their hand and discards it. So you get to choose what to KO, but your opponent chooses their discard. It looks like we're just seeing him go in card by card, kind of whittle Sin Shenron's hand down. We're seeing another block here. I think I'd probably just use Android 13 again and get rid of the secret. Oh. So I'm reading the secret now. So it cannot be removed from the battle area by opponent skills. So that's probably, that would make sense why that is still there then. So he just has to try and kill it naturally.
Alrighty, Tim, I am back.
All right, so we're seeing AOD just kind of coming in with all of its attacks on board. Nothing is connected so far. We've had a couple blocks with the secret and a couple cards comboed from hand. All right, so Sin is tapped out now. He does Zamasu and go into a Poutine. So the Zamasu is going to rest the Android 13, but it does get counterplayed by the new Android 13. So the blocker is not going to be there, and Sin Shenron is going to have to discard as well. But it looks like he does still combo out of the attack that was coming in. And then it looks like we pass after that. So Sin going to 5 energy. He can probably safely play a Mechi here, since he will have an energy up for like a Nimbus or something.
It would be good to do that because then he'd draw another card as well.
Yeah, he's still got a decent hand size there. So he goes in with leader first to draw a card. And now we're going in with secret. We see a garlic as what looks like the last card that was in hand. We're probably going to grab a super combo here, I would believe. That seems like the best choice. Yep, we see a super combo. So I think here is where we probably just slam a Mechi. Looks like that's what he's doing. We see 4 energy, Mechi Kabura. I think we lock down the Turles to stop any card advantage. And then that still leaves us with a possible Nimbus on defense. So Turles is locked. We can block 1 attack, freeze another thing down, and Nimbus. So, I mean, if he has a Nimbus in hand, that's a pretty good turn 5, which leads into your power turn. And we know that AOD has no cards in hand, so I don't even think we attack here. Yep, and it looks like he's just passing the turn. So we're starving resources.
I think they're both playing to the Celzino out. Well, I mean, obviously Sin can't, but I think AOD's playing to that out essentially.
Yeah, and I mean, his AOD is there now because he's got the old Android 13 and the Broly, which makes 6. And then we've got Garlic, Slug, and New 13, which also makes 6. So yeah, we're there. So it's just a matter of does he have it, which only has 1 card in hand. So, and he did not charge because that was what he drew for turn.
I think it is because, well, I don't know. If it is, I think that's probably game.
Yeah, definitely. I think he just has to connect once.
Well, he just needs to get those blockers like tapped.
Yeah, so we need to get the secret down, Mechikabura blocked, and then that energy needs to be tapped somehow. Whether that's for like a Nimbus or release from evil. Alright, so Sin Shenron is now at 1. So if he taps out for something, that takes time magic off the table.
It's a pretty close game. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I feel like if AOD does not take it this turn, he's just going to die on the backswing.
Maybe. I mean, he is at 4 life.
Yeah, but Sin is going to get like 6 attacks.
True.
Plus the 3 on board, so we'll have like 9. And that secret is putting in work right now. Is it a Celzino? It is not. Just hard casting that or comboing? It's interesting that he did not combo the super combo there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe he just didn't see it.
I mean, I guess he could always swing with it and combo the Bobbity, but he's not getting through the secret there, so. But it looks like the secret does finally die, which doesn't really matter because Sin is going into turn 6 and he's just going to get it back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is basically game. You can get a haze for crit, and then like a double striker or 2 double strikers or whatever. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't think it really matters what he gets here. I think that's just game no matter what. Does he not have enough options without choosing a ball? Not that he needs more options, but the more attackers available, the better. All right, so we now have a giant board on both sides.
Yeah, this is game though.
No counters here from AOD. He is empty-handed. And he has one 5k combo on board. I'm pretty sure there's one of the dragons that gets to rest something, right? Or
it might be one of the new ones, but the old ones don't.
Okay. So even if he can't rest the Bobbity, this definitely seems like it's GG. I mean, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks available here. I think not going in with crit first is probably incorrect, just on the off chance that he does rip something here off life. But I don't think it's gonna change the outcome of the match. Yep, so we see 10k of combo to prevent the crit. And now we're just going to see him get beat down. I don't know if going in with the big guy is necessary.
Oh yeah, he scooped up.
Yep, looks like that is a game. And Shenron just showing that he had a Shrouded in hand.
I mean, that would have been for next turn if he survived again. Which he probably would have, because SCR, where he brings it out every turn.
Yeah, being able to loop that secret is definitely a consideration for playing that over Cell Xeno.
And the price.
Yeah, and definitely the price. We're talking like $1 versus
300.
Like 200-300, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that concludes that match. One of the things I want to go over really quick is the breakdown for the event as far as leaders go. We have actually quite a variety. The highest number of leaders is going to be Go Tanks, which to be expected. We have 6 Go Tanks. I expected that, though.
Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe to keep up to date on all the Dragon Ball Super content. We want to thank Grand J Games for all their support and remind you to use the code CyberMen5 at grandjgames.com for 5% off all your singles needs. Cheers.